Hey, what's up, Flavor Family? It's Bobby, and today we are gonna continue the Kitchen Basics series with how to cook some pretty darn epic shrimp. I'm gonna show you 2 ways to cook them that are super easy, and I kind of find that most people overcook shrimp. And shrimp are very low in fat, and it's super easy to take them from tender and juicy to rubbery and overcooked. So we're gonna make coconut shrimp and glazed pan-seared shrimp that are absolutely delicious and easy to make. So let's rock it. First up, we're gonna do a coconut crusted shrimp, actually 2 ways. We're gonna do a regular version and a keto version. Fry that up and serve it with a sriracha lime garlic sauce, and spice crusted pan-seared shrimp with a sour orange glaze. Before we rock these epic recipes, hook me up. We are rocking out the best recipes and the healthiest recipes on YouTube every single week, and I would love for you to join the Flav City community. And if you click that little bell that's right below the video, you will get a push notification and be part of the notification squad every time we go live on Saturday mornings and sometimes twice a week. All right, the first up recipe is gonna be coconut crusted shrimp. So in this bowl, I have some big bowl shrimps. Some people call them jumbo. Some people call it colossal. Those names don't mean anything. Numbers matter when it comes to shrimp. Look at these. These are called 10 to 15 shrimp, meaning there's 10 to 15 a pound. Before we season these up, I'm gonna bring out my dredging station here. To make the coconut crusted shrimp, it's a very, very easy process, but we're gonna do it 2 ways. We're gonna do it the traditional way that involves panko breadcrumbs and some flour, but then I figured, you know what? Let's hook up my keto friends and do a keto version that is so cool and so delicious. You're gonna love it. So in this container, I have 3/4 of a cup of panko breadcrumbs and unsweetened shredded coconut flakes. Let's add a pinch of salt and a few cracks of black pepper to that. In this one, I have some all-purpose flour. Let's add some onion powder and some garlic powder to that, along with some salt and pepper. In this one, I have 2 eggs that are lightly beaten. So when we bite into this coconut crusted shrimp, there is flavor all the way through. So station is good here. I'm gonna take a smaller bowl and get a few shrimp in there. Let's toss about 5 or 6. And then just pinch over a little bit of salt and pepper on the shrimp. Let's get the shrimp in the flour, dust it around on both sides, shake out any excess, get it into the egg wash, make sure everything is coated. Once again, shake off the excess, and then press it into those panko breadcrumbs and the unsweetened shredded coconut flakes. You guessed it, shake off the excess, and then place it on a wire rack. All right, a couple of housekeeping notes. Number 1, make sure you use unsweetened shredded coconut flakes. We wanna make sure this is not tasting like a pina colada. And the beauty of using panko breadcrumbs, like these guys right here, versus like Italian or fine breadcrumbs, is that they have a lot more texture to them. So when you fry them up in the hot oil, it's gonna be super crunchy. Now for the keto version, things get interesting. To replace the all-purpose flour, we're gonna use some coconut flour. So let's shake about 1/2 cup into this bowl here, and then season it with a pinch of salt, a couple cracks of pepper, and then more onion powder and some garlic powder. All right, then what can we use to replace the crispy, crunchy panko? I thought about it, and what if we took some pork rinds that I crushed up into a bag into the shape of panko or arkaman? What else have I been calling pork rinds lately? My favorite word?
Chicharrón.
Let's pour some into this bowl here. An equal amount of unsweetened shredded coconut flakes to that, and then pinch in a little bit of salt and a couple cracks of pepper, and then mix it up. You could actually argue this version, the keto version, is more coconutty than the previous one because we're using coconut flour in addition to the coconut flakes. Salt and peppering the shrimp a little bit, then dipping them into the seasoned coconut flour, shaking off the excess, into the egg wash, shaking off the excess, and then into the pork rind and coconut flakes. Shake off the excess and put it on the wire rack. All right, last shrimp is down. These are looking awesome. I'm gonna push these aside for a few minutes so the crust can set up. In the meantime, the oil is coming to temperature behind me, and I'm super excited today because this video is sponsored by 4 Sigmatic. They have me hooked on shrooms in a good way. I just recently discovered their products and they are fantastic. They're organic, vegan, superfood mushrooms that are infused in coffees, in elixirs, in turmeric, in hot cocoa, and they're really, really delicious because they help support brain health. They help you focus more. They help with gut, with digestion. It's a great way to get superfood mushrooms into your diet. So for example, I've been using this superfood blend here in my post-workout smoothie daily on Flav City Instagram and absolutely crushing them. I can't taste the mushrooms, but I know they're adding that superfood benefit along with the almond milk and the coconut milk and the almond butter that I put in there. If you head over to their website, you can use my promo code for 15% off your first order, and it's really easy to navigate the website. You can check out some of my favorite products like the mushroom golden chai latte mix, the mushroom hot cacao mix for the winter, and this guy right here. It's the mushroom focus shot. It's basically a legit good version of an energy drink that isn't full with a bunch of crappy sugar. This is delicious. It has turmeric and pineapple, and it really helped me the other day when I was feeling kind of low energy. So this is a superfood mushroom mix that I use on a daily basis. I thought it'd be really cool to share with you guys. So big thanks to them for sponsoring the video, and make sure you use my promo code down in the description box because this stuff is the real deal. All right, speaking of the real deal, let's get these shrimp in the pan. I'm preheating some oil back here. Ideally, I want it to be around 350 degrees. But just in case you don't have one of these guys, put the link down below. You can drop a couple panko in here like I said, and if they sizzle like this, the oil is ready to go. All right, let's first add the keto coconut shrimp to the oil. Be very careful, add it low and gently to the oil. All right, as soon as it goes in, I'm gonna raise the heat because whenever you add food to oil, the temperature lowers. To compensate for that, I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. I'm gonna cook it till it's golden brown on that side, flip it, let it go another couple minutes until golden brown, and then yank it. The last thing you wanna do with shrimp is overcook it, so keep your eye on there. Let's flip the shrimp over. Perfect, nice and golden brown, just the way I like it. Let them go another couple minutes. All right, let's get these keto shrimp out. Perfect, nice and golden brown on each side and crispy as can be. All right, last keto shrimp is out. Those look amazing, but while the oil is hot, let's get the classic version in here. Okay, and while these keto shrimp are still hot, I wanna dust over a little bit of salt because the oil is still hot and wet, and it's gonna stick to the crust and give it a little more flavor. Let's let these guys go another minute and then flip them over. All right, and while the shrimp are hot, just a little pinch of salt. I figure every coconut dusted shrimp needs a dipping sauce. The classic sauce is a sweet chili sauce, but that's loaded with sugar and it's very, very carby. Instead, how about this? This is a garlic, mayo, and lime sriracha dipping sauce. It's really easy. Just take about a half a cup of full fat mayo, add a little bit of lime zest to that, then about the juice of half a lime, grate in 1 large clove of garlic, and then squeeze in a teaspoon to 2 of sriracha or chili paste or hot sauce, a little pinch of salt, a few cracks of pepper, or as much as you want, and give it a whisk up, and it's done. Obviously, I need a good dipperoo.
Don't double dip.
I'm obviously gonna double dip. That is a lot of flavor. Super crispy, perfect amount of coconut flavor, but it's seasoned. Really nice. I mean, that salt and pepper, onion and garlic powder, ringing through.
Got a really nice crunch too.
King crunch, baby. All right, let's try the keto one too. We have to. It's our job. Never leave that meat in the tail. That's a sin. I always pinch it out. There's so much. I feel like people waste thousands of pounds of shrimp every year.
That's good too.
Super good. If anything, it's crunchier and crispier because of that chicharron, the pork rind, but the coconut flavor once again. I'm not kidding. This dipping sauce is bomb. Oh my God.
Very good.
All right. Let us finish a couple more, and then we'll move on to the pan sear technique with a sour orange glaze that is money. So add about a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, a pinch of cayenne pepper, just over a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and give it a good mix up. Now, if you have frozen shrimp, you could do the same recipe, but you have to defrost them properly. So either do it in the fridge overnight or run the shrimp under cold water. Either way you do it, you have to pat them dry with paper towels before they get seasoned. Moisture or water is the enemy to making these crispy as can be in the pan. Organic grass-fed ghee is in the pan. And then add the shrimp to the pan. Make sure the shrimp are in one even layer, and make sure that fat is sizzling immediately. If it's not, take the shrimp out and wait another 30 seconds until that oil really heats up. All we're doing is getting the shrimp as crusty as possible on the outside. We're gonna cook it for 2 minutes and then flip it over. Once we flip it over, I'm gonna grab this. This is my sour orange glaze. That is delicious. Look at this, Art. It's sweet and sticky and sour and herbaceous. Art, your favorite word. All right, let's flip these shrimp over. Perfect. That is what I was talking about. Beautifully crusty. Now, I'm only gonna cook it for about 30 more seconds. Shrimp cook really quickly, like I said in the beginning. There's no fat. So I've never really had an undercooked shrimp, but I've had plenty of overcooked shrimp. So you can take these out 30 seconds before they're done, and the carryover heat will continue cooking them inside of the shrimp. After 30 seconds, they're gonna be done. Now, let's take this beautiful glaze here, pour it through a strainer so it catches all of the lime and thyme, and just put it all over that shrimp. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. It might be an angry pan, but that's angry flavor. So imagine these shrimp finishing in that sweet and sticky sour orange glaze. On top of that spice rub, it does not get any better than that. So they're done. I'm gonna kill the heat, pour them out onto a plate, and then while they're hot, just sprinkle over a little bit of parsley. And there it is, you guys. Look at those shrimp. Spice crusted, sour orange glazed, big old shrimp. I mean, it's super easy, right? As long as you don't overcook them, as long as you season them properly, you're gonna build massive flavor. Art, get in here. They're still hot, but it's worth it. Big shrimp, and that's right. Let's try one of these guys. Spice rub, but then that sweet and sticky sour orange glaze is fantastic. You guys, you can make these for weeknight dinner. You can make these for a special weeknight or weekend dinner party. It is so easy as long as you don't overcook the shrimp. As long as you season them properly, make this, the coconut shrimp, the keto coconut shrimp. We just hooked you up with 3 super easy shrimp recipes to make at home. All those recipes are down below in the description box. Make sure to check out 4 Sigmatic and use my promo code for 15% off your first order. Do you think they should share the video, Art?
I don't see why not.
Sharing is caring, you guys. Let's do it right. If you want to see 2 more of my most favorite Bobby's Basic Kitchen series, they're streaming below us right now. But we will see you next week. Until then, hashtag keep on cooking, mad love. Peace, you guys. Good job. What is that?